poppin', Bro 16 TV? It's Cuzzo P here, back with another reaction. This time we're reacting to DJ Vlad talking to China Mac about if his questions might be police-like. I worded that funny, but fuck it, we getting into it. Hey, screen recording starting in 3, 2, 1. Go. My fingers fucked up too.
Rob actually spoke about that himself.
Fuck it, y'all niggas be fucking with me. Hey, enjoy. I don't know what to call y'all, but y'all the crew. Fuck it. I don't know.
So you don't ask about active cases?
Never.
You don't ask about active murder cases?
No.
Come on, Vlad. No. Everybody does that.
6'6" Playboy.
No, man. We're very careful. I mean, you know.
Everybody does that.
We're very careful about. And I think what people don't understand. Like,
hold on. You're telling me that. Hold on. You're telling me that.
That nigga hat clean though. I'll give him that.
Do not. If somebody has an active murder case, you're careful enough to say, I'm not gonna ask about that.
Look at my interview with the baby. I say exactly that. I say, you know, I actually checked before our interview to see whether.
I think they more tripping about the exact words.
It got dropped, but at the time it was still somewhat of an open case. But yeah,
I'm gonna pause it because I think I get what he's finna get at before he get out of there. I know that doesn't make sense because I ain't listened to him, but I feel like he gonna be like, well, since I went ahead and did the research, I'm just asking the questions so the fans don't get mad that I didn't ask. And I think that's fair. I think it is he has a duty to the motherfuckers that watch. Because not every fan of him is a street person or anybody that like you know what I'm saying, that's in favor of street stuff to where they agree with shit. Some motherfucking fans is regular people that just listen to the music, and sometimes they're curious about those questions. So if he's you know what I'm saying, if he's catering to those type of people, then I understand why he's still asking the question, because it's journalism, you know what I mean.
I said, listen, I know it's an open case. I'm not going to talk about it in the interview.
Yeah, but that's what. Yeah, but that's weird though that you say it in the interview.
We don't want to be part of trials. We don't want to be part of exhibits. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we don't want to be part of it.
Yeah.
Well, to be
you don't want to be the reason why I'm up for going to jail.
We don't want to hurt people. You know what I'm saying? After the interview is done, I think that most people just like everyone's a YouTube lawyer now, right? Everyone thought that Tory Lanez was going to win that case. I ran poll after poll on my Twitter.
I did not think that nigga was going to win.
Thousands of people voted, and everyone said that Tory Lanez would be not guilty and Megan was lying.
No, I think he shot that. I thought that.
And look what happened.
I thought he shot that.
People are not
be 100 with you, gang. I thought he did.
People are, you know, just like everyone's was a vaccine expert at one point. Everyone, you know,
never got him.
An expert in whatever because they saw a YouTube video. But the reality is, people get shocked when a person who did 30 years for a murder comes in and talks about the murder. They think I'm being the police, and they think that that person's going to go to prison talking about the murder. No, they're talking about the murder because they have either been convicted of the murder, did the time, or they pled guilty and got you know whatever.
So they don't got no choice.
They are now legally allowed to talk about that murder.
Right.
Fair.
Right. When I interviewed, you know what I mean, but
and that's why he's still right to ask the question.
YouTube lawyer. They're going to, oh, yo, they got this person snitching on themselves. Like, no, they're not snitching on themselves. They're talking about crimes that they've already paid the price for. So they have the right to talk about it.
But you do have an investigative style.
100%.
Asking things.
100%.
Yeah.
Like you come off like a...
Like 60 Minutes.
Yeah, you do.
The 60 Minutes, the feds?
No.
That's what I'm trying to be like.
You come off like,
and that's what I'm saying. He's catering to a crowd.
Right.
Hold on, I'm gonna pause it because I ain't trying to interrupt. I told somebody I wouldn't interrupt. He is catering to a certain crowd. I used to like to watch Vlad the most. Like I was watching him for a really long time. Black Couches, all that. I used to watch Vlad the most. When I realized I didn't like the questions that Vlad was asking, I watched more No Jumper. More $1 Million Worth of Game. More Drink Champs. Shout out Drink Champs. I just started watching more stuff that I felt like fit my taste. I didn't really complain about it. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, I get it. You want to complain because it's your favorite. It's your favorite channel. So you want to keep watching it. But if he not doing what you like no more, times change. Like he said, he wants to be 60 Minutes. This ain't Black Couch no more. Like, that's not what this motherfucker's trying to do no more. So, It is what it is. You can watch somebody else.
Well, because here's the
With
thing.
the light on your face.
Real shit. That's how I
Here's
honestly
the thing,
feel
right?
about that shit.
This is
It's
what
like,
a lot of people
nigga,
don't realize.
motherfuckers
Like,
change. But pause it again, my bad. If it was like No Jumper, right? Who still, like, you complaining about stuff that they're doing right now, like, because they're trying to do, like, you know what they're trying to do right now. He just admitted he's trying to be 60 Minutes just now. But we already knew what No Jumper was doing. So if you want to complain about No Jumper shit, it's a little bit different. It's still like just watch something else, but it's a little bit different because you like, I'm an active fan of what's happening right now. But it's like, nigga, if he been being called the police for like 6 years now. If you still on this police shit with Vlad, you need to watch somebody else. Real shit.
people think what I do is not that hard. People think that, what's the big deal? You just ask questions.
No, that's
You're
hard.
not on camera. I could do that. Throw an average person in a room with someone that they've never met and have a 2-hour conversation with that person that's engaging and interesting. Go ahead. I've seen people try to pull it off and 20 minutes later they have nothing to talk about. You know, they burn through their questions, they have no idea how to keep the conversation going. Like,
Or
so
the
much
person
of
you're
what
asking don't
we
want to
do
answer no more shit.
involves research and planning. You know what I'm saying? Which means watching other interviews, reading books, watching documentaries, talking to people. You know, I mean, like digging, you know, going through our memory banks and bringing up and everything else like that. You know, bringing up various pieces of information and then structuring that in a blueprint on how that interview is going to go in real time. Like, so much preparation. Like, no interview is ever just spur of the moment.
All of
Always a lot
mine,
of planning
all of
involved.
mine were, but he's
And
right.
Through
He's
that
right.
planning, we have the overall story already in front of us before we even start the interview.
Cause I ain't gonna lie, go watch my interviews. They're entertaining just because it might be some shit that you never see before. I'm from a different area than you might be, so it might be It might be something that fits your curiosity. But I'm gonna be 100. I've looked at his blueprint, Adam's blueprint. Like I said, all the people I named's blueprint, the innovators blueprint. Innovators I really just started watching recently, but I fuck with Cuzzo. But everybody that I watched their blueprint and stuff like that, I almost said little, no disrespect, I kind of picked up on like what I kind of wanted to do. Say Cheese TV, my bad, but what I kind of wanted to do. So really, I do go off my memory banks of the moment, but the structure is in place, if that makes sense. I was watching this one fighting show, and I'm sorry I keep pausing it, but I was watching this one fighting show or whatever, and everybody else is going through regular teaching, and there's this one dude that I don't want to say natural because I don't think of myself as a natural, but when they finally train him or whatever, they actually just train him like on strength building skills and stuff like that, because they was like, you already have the technique. So what I mean is I felt like I got the technique, so I probably need to work on all the information shit and stuff like that. Anybody does, like making sure I got all the backgrounds and all the stuff done. I read books and watch other podcasts and all that shit, but I learned from the best in my mind. Nobody actually talked to me, but in my mind, for these last like
saying 1989,
15, 16 years of watching
happened.
YouTube,
And sometimes the person doesn't even remember themselves.
I was studying from the best.
Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's funny
Real
because
shit.
like
Real
the little
shit.
gotcha clip that everyone tries to bring up.
Gotcha.
The gotcha clip was my interview
Gotcha.
with Lil Baby
Right.
when I talked about a fight that he got into.
That's not his gotcha clip either. It's Rollo. Rollo went his ass right to prison. It's Rollo. It's not the Lil Baby clip.
In jail with some white dude. And Lil Baby was like, how'd you know it was a white dude? And I kind of played up, and I'm like,
I got somebody else trying to call me right now.
who's that?
Flacco.
Nah, we'll have that conversation offline.
Offline.
Yeah,
So,
we'll have it offline.
alright.
Fair enough.
Okay.
We'll have it offline.
Alright.
So, what was I saying?
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Lil
right.
Baby.
Right, the Lil Baby thing. Like, oh, look, here's the moment where Lil Baby figured out the.
And he said, how you know that? He said, I'll do my
and
research
like
or some
this
shit
interview's
like
gone
that.
viral. It goes viral over and over. We do flashbacks on it, right? Lil Baby played it during his Rolling Loud set, like, you know, as the intro and him coming out. And if you look at that interview and you look at the date of that interview, you could look up the interview he did with DJ Smalls, where he specifically talks about.
Oh yeah, DJ Smalls. I
like,
forgot about, bro. See, that's
like,
a nigga I quit watching over time. I ain't care no
you do
more.
a bunch of interviews, you don't remember
Right.
everything you've said in every interview,
Right.
So he didn't remember saying it. I had just gone through the research, so I brought it up, and he just didn't remember that he had already said it. But if you actually look both the videos,
I know this is random, but like, do y'all remember not just DJ Smalls, but do y'all remember the overrated, underrated? Man, that was my shit. Man, there was a lot of good YouTubers back when, like, yeah, you could make more money because there wasn't ads. There was much ads, but there was a lot more in love with the craft YouTubers because they was accidentally finding out they was getting the money. There was so much more people doing shit back then that was like really like on it. Like nowadays they're good too, but it's like motherfuckers like me or whatever. It's like, yeah, there's some shit I think I could be good at. You know what I'm saying? But I've been wanting to do this shit since I was like I said, I got YouTube videos I never posted from when I was a little ass kid, bro. Not like a little kid, but like I've been serious about this shit for a minute. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had nobody really encouraging me because in my area, nobody really understands what the fuck is going on with this shit. So one day I just, you know what I'm saying, I quit half-stepping and I just started stepping on this shit.
there with dates associated with it. Look up the date of the DJ Smalls interview and watch it, and look at the date of my interview. You'll see that mine is after his.
You know,
And I'm just referencing that interview. But everyone's like,
the way I'm holding this shit,
I got exposed.
My bad.
Nothing. There's no fucking exposed. Like I just research more than other people.
Right.
You know what I mean? So this is why when you look at like like my interviews with like Smokey Robinson or whoever, it's like, yo, we just have so much more information than the average interviewer because we just take it more seriously.
And that's
We're
fair.
gonna segue into Rory.
Okay, Rory.
Rory's a friend of mine.
Okay.
Yeah, I recently saw that he had some choice words to say about you.
Actually, before I just go into the Rory video, because I started it too, you know what I'm saying, but I'll react to that on a different video. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. Continue to fuck with me. I'm sorry if I talked your ears off, but I appreciate y'all watching. I truly do. So go ahead and watch more. I'm gonna try to do better on making these videos attached to each other so you can get to my next one, because fuck watching these other people if you can keep watching Cuzzo prosper. So continue to prosper, continue to fuck with me, holler at me.